I have to be extremely careful with my verbiage in this video, don't I? Edgy title, huh? What do you think? Did I pull you in with that one? First things first. As you can tell, the green from the last video, it's like maybe 20 minutes later from when I filmed that one. But I definitely need another cigarette for what I'm about to fucking talk about. Now, I'm going to start this off by saying I'm not going to be citing any sources here. I'm kind of going to just be using logic and reasoning. And this is going to be off the top of my head. I didn't prepare for this video. So take that as you will. I think it is possible to be born a pedophile. Do you think it's possible to be born straight? Is it a default? If it is a default, then you are born straight, right? Okay, well, let's say you're not born straight. Then is it taught? Either way, it comes pretty young, right? That's kind of the point, is it comes early. Regardless of if you're born into it or not, it comes super, super early. Early enough where it's out of your fucking control, isn't it? Your sexual preference shows up early enough where it's out of your control. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say it's a little bit fair? At least a little bit. Video over. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I feel for him. I was watching this show called... It's crazy I still think about this example. I was watching this show called The Good Doctor, and there's a guy in it who was a pedophile. And at first I was thinking it was crazy. I was like, why do they have a pedophile in this fucking show? I don't want to see this shit, right? It's weird, strange, different, it's odd. But it's exactly why they put it in the show. And his whole dilemma was that he was in the hospital because he was trying to cut his cock off because he couldn't he couldn't stop thinking about kids, and he knew that he was gonna fuck one. He was self-aware enough that he knew in his head that he was going to do that shit. And this isn't something that has never happened in history before. At least once for sure this has happened. Obviously, I don't have the documents. Again, no evidence here. It's a hypothetical, right? But I mean, it's fair to say, odds are pretty high that this has happened before. There's been somebody who knows what they are, and they don't want to they don't want to impose this evil into the world, and so they mutilate themselves. Or at least they try and stop themselves because they know what they are. A lot of the times, yes, it's an impulse, but it's in there somewhere. It's in there, deep in there. Real deep. I think there's a lot of people that go, oh, let's just kill all the pedophiles. You fucking idiots. I've never been sexually attracted to like little kids, so I can't speak from experience. But can you imagine the struggle for just a minute, being attracted to kids and not wanting to? And the guy in the movie, or in the show, Good Doctor, what he said was, "You like girls, right?" He was talking to somebody. He goes, "You like girls, right, Doctor?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "What if you had to be held in contempt every time you looked at a girl like that? Like, every thought you had about a female, what if it was wrong? How would you feel every fucking day? Because you can't control it." That was his logic. Even if it's not born into them, it's something that doesn't just stop. So some people say, kill them. But what does that solve? Because there'll just be more. Idiot. They'll just show up again. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, killing one isn't going to solve the problem of pedophilia. You understand what I'm saying? Now, obviously, they don't just do this. They don't, like, give pedophiliacs the death penalty just because, you know, some people on the internet say so. But I think the idea as a whole and the demonization isn't really helping the situation either. So my solution I guess since I'm talking about this, I have to present a solution. That's kind of the criteria when you speak about something and you demonize people for coming up with their own solution. You have to, introduce a better one. It would be to talk to them. I think there's a show on Netflix where they have, interviews with potential pedophiliacs. I think that's the right word, right? Pedophiliacs or pedophiles. I'm going to say pedophiles. With potential pedophiles or convicted ex-pedophiles, whatever. And dude, they're like struggling, bro. Like, it's like an addiction. They don't enjoy this shit. Some of them do. Just like, some people just enjoy shit they shouldn't enjoy. Some people like enjoy drugs that are bad for them. It's kind of the same thing conceptually. Obviously, drugs and kids, not the same. But conceptually, it's very similar, wherein you engage in a behavior that's bad for your health knowingly. So what's the solution for the drug addicts? Kill them? What, are we just going to shoot them? Just blast all the heroin addicts? Yeah, that'll fix the heroin epidemic. Let's fucking murder everybody who does heroin. Like, dude, listen to yourself. I mean, not a lot of people say this. Again, vocal minority type of dealio. But I'm just saying. It's a little bit foolish to introduce any other solution than understanding. In my opinion. Now, a question you might be wondering, because they're born into it, does that make them not responsible for their actions? Of course, who the fuck said no? Of course you're still responsible for what you do. The serial killers are born as well, and they still go to prison. That's how it should be. You fucked up in society, you broke the rules, so you pay the price. Whatever that is, years, fine, whatever. You pay that. You pay the price. You do the time, right? But I feel like if we look at this a different way, it can be more preventable. I think logically that's a sound argument. Where if we approach the situation and the phenomena of pedophilia different than we do now, we can actually stop it more often than not. At least more often than before. If we shift our perspective and stop demonizing them. Now, demonize the behavior. Fine. It's poor. It's bad behavior. It's malicious behavior. It's unvirtuous behavior. Yes. Demonize the behavior, not the person. Thank you for watching.